Hey people, how are you? It's Makeda Valletta. So I'm just going to do a quick video about Nani egg control. Nani control. You could also call it Yoni control, pussy control. Basically, getting control over your vaginal muscles and how the eggs can help. Okay, because a lot of people have heard me talking about these eggs, or that you might have seen on TV about Yoni eggs. I like to call them Nani eggs, but they're also known as Yoni eggs. And so, if you just work with them and if you just put it in and walk around and do absolutely nothing, it will still strengthen your vaginal muscles. It will strengthen your pelvic floor, right? But being strong is one thing. Like, you can lift weights for your body and you can get really strong, but having control is a different thing, right? So if you go to the gym, you can go to the gym and lift weights all day, which I do, and that will give you strong muscles, but do you have control over your muscles, right? And this is the reason why I really believe in dance as a tool, because dance helps with body awareness. It helps you to get rhythmic control. Like, can you get on beat? Do you have rhythm and grace? Do you have control? Dancers have very precise control over their bodies, right? So I think that, let's see, someone's asked a question. I think that dance is a very good tool, right? So you want to be strong and you want to have control. And so with working with the eggs, if you just walk around, it'll make you stronger. But if you want to get more control over your vaginal muscles, meaning a lot of women are unaware of the fact that vaginal muscles can do all kinds of contractions, right? You don't just want to be tight and tense, right? First of all, you want to be elastic, meaning that you're not just tight and constricted, but even if your muscle is here, you still have tightness and you still have suction, and you can go right back to this. Like, so you have strength wherever it is. But also, the vaginal muscles is really like it's really not straight up and down like this. It's kind of like, like a curve, right? But let's just say this is the right and left sides of the vaginal wall, right? These muscles, they can suck and pull up, like they can have a suction where they're sucking up, but they can also do a clapping motion where they squeeze. The sides, the right and left sides of your vaginal walls can come together. Also, the front and back of the vaginal walls can come together in the squeezing motion. And you can also, the vaginal muscles can, like, let me use this egg as a reference, right? So let's say that my fingers are my vaginal muscles. The vaginal muscles can also push left and right. They can do that, all right? And they can push front and back. So they can do this front and back motion, left and right. They can do a clapping motion, both ways, right? And they can suction up. Then the vaginal muscles can be divided into 3 sections. So, like, if you've seen belly dancers do this thing with their abs, where they separate the 3 different parts of the abs and do this wavy motion. Same thing can happen in the vaginal canal. So, I'll use my finger as an example, since I forgot to bring something over here, but let's just say my finger, right? Let's just say that this is the cervix up here in the uterus, right? Now, section 1 would be the entrance of the vagina, like right here in the entrance would be section 1. Section 2 would be right here in the center, and section 3 would be up here by the cervix. Now, each of those sections, you can do those contractions in each section. So I just said we can do this clapping motion, you could do left and right, you could do front and back, you can do a suction up. You can actually just isolate that. So you could be like in level 1, you could be doing a clapping motion in level 1. And then in level 2, you could be doing level 3, you could be doing a pulsing motion, so you can do different types of contractions in different parts of the vaginal canal simultaneously or separately or whatever. And so this is what I teach in my classes. So and also when you start working on that, like, it's one thing to just walk around with the egg and do nothing. You will get stronger, right? You will notice that you get stronger, get more sensitive, you get all that. But when you start to really focus internally and start to contract your muscles different ways, learn how to move them, get better control, you become more sensitive, okay? So because there's a neuromuscular connection, right? our muscles are innervated by nerves. And the more nerves that innervate a muscle, the more control you have over that muscle. And then the more you feel. The more nerves that innervate a muscle, also the more feeling you have in that muscle, right? So as you start to consciously do these exercises, you will get more control and you will get more feeling, more sensitivity, which means that your orgasms become more intense, which is really important for women. It's not just about, oh, it feels good, but it's also incredibly important just for like your overall health, your hormones, your spirit. And then also if your partner will feel it. So if you are having sex with a man, like he will feel those contractions and it will build up energy in him as it also builds up energy in you. But if you don't have sex with men, because some women might be like, well, I don't have sex with men. Let's say you have sex with women, right? Then it's still good because doing those contractions is going to make you more sensitive. And even if you're just sitting there and you're like, okay, let me just work on these contractions. One thing that happens when women do these exercises, they often get super aroused. And I've seen women who took my classes who might have had a baby not too long ago and they really weren't feeling sexual and they didn't want their husband to touch them. And then they start doing that and then they want to jump on him. Like it gets your libido up, right? So it can build up a lot of energy doing this. When we orgasm, our muscles contract, right? So if you just contract your muscles on your own, it also kind of simulates orgasm. So it can build up a lot of sexual energy. And so you want to getting control of the muscles. It's also helps in childbirth as well. A lot of women in childbirth, they don't know the difference between contracting and relaxing. They're contracting when they should be relaxing. And the same way that you can have a rhythmic contraction going up, you can have a rhythmic contraction going down. It's all control, So these eggs, these Nani eggs, really can help with getting control of your vaginal muscles, which is like a whole nother level than just building up the strength. So, and that is what I teach in my classes. In my Central Strength Training class, I'm teaching that for the entire body because we're doing strength training with the entire body, and then we're dancing and we're getting control of everything from the outside to the inside. But then also in my Sacred Panani Power class, we really focus on those contractions and learning a bunch of them. Excuse me. I also have an online video class as well for people who can't be in person or just want to have the videos where I teach those exercises. So I hope that helped you understand how these mystical Nani eggs can really help you not just build strength in your pelvic floor and your vaginal muscles, but also to get control of your vaginal muscles and why that's a benefit. So definitely check out all my numerous videos I have on the topic on my 2 YouTube pages, The Body Scientist 81 and The Renaissance Amazon. And I hope that this video was helpful, and if it is, please share it and have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye-bye.